That's gotta be pretty cool if you're like Johnny Manziel and you're single and you're 30 years old and you go back to that campus and those chicks are just seeing you walk through and you're like, you know what I used to do on this campus?
Yeah.
And you just go one of these up, right? And then those chicks are on your fucking cock like no other.
Yeah, I wonder if he like. I think he's married, right?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You think that guy's got fucking slanging dick throughout Texas?
I'm just saying, if he wasn't and he was like banging,
He's painting Kyle Field with his,
yeah,
you know,
cum grand.
Yeah.
Do you think he would I'd be laying it down if I was his age and I went back there and I was single.
Bocking that choy.
You might as well, bro. Like,
bro.
And that'd be a good story for the ladies too, you know, like, I banged. It's like, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Football.
That
guy has not played here since 2004.
Right, and he's fully blown an alcoholic.
Yeah. And coke addict.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, September 2nd, 2024, years after zero, episode 42 of the press conference. You've already finished the water I just gave you.
I said I need water.
Well, you're not going to get any more. I'm already starting with this. We're in it.
Mm-hmm.
We are in it. Week 1 and week 0 have happened for college football. Week 1 of the NFL is up this week. So today we got a week 1 recap of college, week 2 preview, fantasy football, NFL style. Week 1 preview. Our week 1 picks are back. Picks are back week 1 this week, obviously.
Bang.
And then a little bit of trivia and maybe some soccer, maybe answer the internet. Who fucking knows? We're going to figure it out as we go. Go ahead.
I shouldn't say this on a hot mic, but I'm being serious that I took a poo-poo earlier and it still hurts.
Was it like a solid one that came out?
Yeah.
Or were you pushing too hard?
Oh,
made your asshole
man.
gape.
We'll talk about that at another day.
Okay. Well, as you know, before we move forward, we must go back.
Yeah.
Week 0 was last week, and there's only a couple games. The biggest takeaway, the only thing we're going to talk about. Well, I guess all the underdogs covered, I believe. 3 out of 4 unders hit, and Florida State basically is fucked. The ACC sucks. We'll get into Clemson in a minute, but Florida State loses outright to Georgia Tech.
ACC does
in Ireland, and
that's the thing with the Notre Dame shit. People are like, they joined it. It's like, okay, the ACC's terrible. Like, do you really think? Like, people are like, and they're not in a conference. It's like, take a look at our schedules typically versus what an ACC. Don't look at it this year, but typically versus what our ACC schedule would look like. Like, take out USC every year. We wouldn't have played Texas A&M. Like, take those out and just give us ACC. It's like,
and like shit school still.
We still play Florida State. So
the only thing is we would get Miami. We would get
Clemson.
Like North Carolina, Clemson. You'd get a couple of those. So I could see, but we
generally play those teams and beat.
We
those
generally
teams.
Play like Ohio State and somebody else that's pretty good. Like we don't. It's not like our schedule is 11 games of shit.
We get Ohio State. We get Georgia. We get
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
I heard Kyle Field. No one could win there.
Yeah, can't win in Kyle Field, but Notre Dame made it look easy.
But
that kicker, I think we got a guy now.
Good ball.
We've had a guy. Here's the thing: if you look at Notre Dame's last couple kickers, they're in the NFL now and they're kicking for NFL teams. I know that whatever. I don't know if that kid made the Colts, but he was hooping. And Spencer Schrader, right? That's him.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's the guy on the Saints? Blake something or something like that.
What's his name?
Doesn't matter.
Either way.
But like in college at Notre Dame, you could see the rotation, the form, that everything is great. Maybe it's just snap operation type of thing.
Yeah.
But like the kicks wouldn't go in, but this kid was drilling them.
Yeah, and especially like you said on the road, week 1.
Kyle Field.
107,000 people there. That was we can get into that. Like I said, week 0.
LSU USC, by the way, last night was a new stadium record.
Yeah, it was only like 65,000, which, like I said, and I say only, but another 40,000 people in there. Basically, not. I mean,
that stadium was humming on third downs.
Exactly. Imagine that. I don't know, it's not doubled, but
there's people right next to us. There was this couple next to us, and they were this guy was like, hey, can I see your ticket? And he was like, you're in the wrong section. You had to go over there. So they got up and went, and the 2 people that like seats they were in came and sat down. Before the game started, they left those seats, never came back.
That's fucking weird.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
Just kicked people out and then didn't sit there?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of fucked up.
And Nick were like, what the fuck?
To recap week 1 really quickly before we get into Notre Dame, Georgia, I don't think we said bet of the week. I'm not going to count it as a bet of the week, but I said Georgia all along was free money. Clemson, that Klubnik sucks. Their offense is fucking awful. The first half, I was a little bit like, God damn it, if Clemson scores a touchdown, I feel like Georgia's going to win 21-10 and fuck me. I woke up Saturday morning and got 11 on the spread. When I went to bed, it was 12.5.
When you said 11, I was like, there's no way Georgia doesn't win by more than 11.
Right.
I said I would take Georgia up until 14.5 because I thought 14-point game I could see.
What did I say? I said 21 plus. I said they're going to win by 3-4 scores, and it was like, okay, you're getting.
You did say that, and I did. I was like, I wouldn't take Georgia minus 21.5.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have fucking got Clemson. I wouldn't have taken Clemson.
I wouldn't have taken Clemson plus 21.5.
That's what I'm saying. If you had to make me, I would have taken Georgia. And I said that before.
I'm saying up until that asshole now. At minus 13.5, I'm still taking Georgia because I'm like, they're going to win by 2 touchdowns plus.
And then other than that, really, Ohio, just the top teams, Ohio State and Texas both scored 52. Miami fucking stomped Florida.
Tennessee scored 69, right? 69 to 3.
Tennessee was 69-3, and then Ole Miss 76-0.
It was their second biggest win since 1938 or something like that.
Jesus Christ!
They put a fucking dick in that team.
Ole Miss put up 76. Jackson Dart looked great. Cam Ward looked great. A lot of guys look good.
But that's the thing. Let's say Notre Dame week 1 played Mercer. And won 58-0 or 72-0. Do you think, we're going to win the Natty?
Right.
No, you think we just played a team with 10 NFL players on it, just beat a high school team?
Yeah.
No shit. You know what I mean? Whereas if you play Texas A&M, it's like we went on the road. That's how you go. Hold on.
Yeah.
When was the last time you remember Notre Dame going on the road and winning a game like that in the season and to start the season versus like a healthy team and shit like that? You know.
I'm trying to think. I know 1 year.
When we go to Ohio State, when we went to Georgia, remember we lost by 1 to Georgia. Mm-hmm. When we went to Ohio State, when we
lost to Clemson in that fucking hurricane game.
Yeah. When we go to these places, like, and like, I'm not even talking about a Clemson. And even though people are probably like, well, Clemson's bigger.
It was like 5 years ago, so they were good.
I'm saying going on the road to SEC, Texas A&M, Kyle Field. I think it's the 3rd largest stadium in college football. Like, to beat a team like that by 10 is like, okay. Wait a minute.
With a quarterback, it's his first game.
Our
offensive lineman had like 6 combined starts, and that was between 2 people.
Like because
left tackle,
Joe Alt,
brand new.
Joe Alt, Blake Fisher, can't remember who the center's name was. They all got drafted.
And our left tackle tore his ACL in the spring game or in fall camp.
Rocco Splendor, is he on the team now, or did he get drafted?
I don't know, but I can't remember the left tackle's name, but he tore his ACL before week 1. We had 3 guys, I think, that was their first start, and the other 2 had a combined 6 starts. And you go there, not too many false start penalties. The defense, man. It's 3rd and 5. Everyone's going on 2. Look at the ball and don't jump off sides. It's not that fucking hard. Yeah, it's really not that hard.
There was a weird call in that USC LSU game. Where
they called the defense for offside.
They called delay of game.
Yeah, because they clapped.
Yeah, that's
but
what
later on they didn't do it. They called it on the offense. And Kirk Herbstreit was like, they just did the same thing and called it the other way, though. Because apparently you're not allowed to...
Clap sounds like is the snap.
But you're also not allowed to, like flinch.
Bait them?
Yeah. And they did that. They did the same thing, and they're like, this is interesting because now what do you call? And I'm like, well, you call the same thing.
From my perspective, all it looked like was the line shifted over.
Apparently that's not allowed.
The line can shift.
They said they can't make what Kirk Herbstreit and whatever the other guy's name is. I like him a lot. Chris something, I think his name is Fowler or whatever. I don't know his name. You can't make any abrupt movement that might cause the offense to be baited into moving. And I would
That's so dumb.
I think it should be.
Watch the fucking ball.
I don't think clapping should be allowed to snap the ball. That's just like a weird.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You can't clap on defense, but the quarterback can clap. Sorry for that clap. Can clap and not snap.
And say,
yeah.
And go, yeah.
I mean, why there was a offside. They got a free play where they scored a touchdown on it, and the quarterback clapped, they jumped, and then they snapped it. So the offense can do it. This game is all catered to fucking offense.
The offense can bait, but the defense can't. You
should be able to fully sprint from the goal line to the other team's 20, like you're about to fucking run through the center, and then stop on a dime, and he jumps and false starts.
Yeah, I think that it should be just like you said, the same. I don't think clapping should be a cadence that you go on just because it's allowed. I don't think like Notre Dame was doing that, and I'm like, you're in a 107,000. You think that X receiver on the far side of the field is gonna, just watch the ball or, whatever the case is. Maybe though, when they know what clap is going on, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like it personally.
Let me get this fantasy trivia off because I have the wording in my head right now, and I'm not gonna word it right later.
Okay.
Okay. So, I need you to name the 5 teams with the longest drought of having a top 10 wide receiver in PPR scoring.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He's an idiot. Okay. So a team that hasn't had a top 10 receiver for the longest amount of time.
Essentially.
Okay.
And fantasy PPR scoring.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oof, they're 7th.
So that's one of them.
That's 2015. You know who it is? You're not going to get this.
2015. Bless you.
Thank you.
The drunk.
I don't think so.
2015.
He's still in the league.
Hmm.
No, I don't think he's in the league.
I probably won't. What is it? Who is it?
Allen Robinson.
He is in the league. He's on. I don't know who he's on. Someone just signed him.
But yeah, keep going.
Trying to. I'm gonna say, what year was that?
2015.
I'm gonna say Detroit. No, it's not Detroit because
I'm on there last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Trying to think of teams with bad offenses. New York Jets.
Oh, 6th.
Fucking let's go, man.
2015.
Plaxico. Come on, it had to be Plaxico Burris.
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall. Yep. No, I don't even say it.
You gonna say Dolphins?
Yep. I was thinking it because I'm thinking of teams who have been bad for a long time, but like I just need a receiver, so it's kind of hard because in my head I'm like playing two different games here.
Pittsburgh?
No.
New York Giants.
Yeah. Ooh, 8th. 2016.
Oh,
Commanders?
it's what do you call it? Commanders? You said.
Commanders is 3rd.
OBJ.
OBJ was 2016. The Commanders are the 3rd longest route. Santana Moss in 2005.
Antoine
Santana Moss. The other
2005.
Yeah.
I'm
Antoine Randall L.
Yeah, that guy was with that. His Sunday night things. Chicago Bears.
No.
Who'd they have?
Yeah, who would they have? They're not even bottom 8 here.
Brandon Marshall?
Maybe.
Allen Robinson.
Maybe. I guess.
DJ Moore?
Oh, DJ Moore last year.
Oh, duh. We're fucking retarded. How many do we have? Like 4, 5?
As far as the top 5 goes, you have 1.
Oh, the top 5. We have
but
one.
top 8 you have 4.
Panthers?
Yes.
Steve Smith?
Steve Smith in 2011, Bill. Wow.
What number is that?
That is 4th. The
Okay.
4th longest route.
The
2 longest routes are 1996 and 2004.
2004 and 1996.
Yuck. If I show you this,
Ravens
is the longest route.
longest. Wow.
1996.
That
Michael
was
Jackson.
before I was born.
Michael Jackson.
I want to see what that guy looked like playing the game. So we have how many now? 3.
Yeah, this 2004 fella. I've never heard of him, but I'm sure he was great. But he does not look like he belongs at wide receiver in the NFL.
I want to say
Patriots?
No.
Seattle.
No. DK probably.
Yeah,
Maybe Lockett.
probably Lockett.
There's a duo here in 2014 for 5th. Both guys were top 10.
Cincinnati?
No.
No, AJ
Jamar
Green.
Chase. Jamar
Chase.
Chase. I know it's hard. This
This
question.
duo in 24. This is the last year this team was good. 2014, 2015.
Broncos.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the duo?
It was. Oh my God! I'm gonna fucking.
The Decker and Demaryius Thomas?
Demaryius Thomas, R.I.P.
And the other Thomas.
Nope.
No.
Not the tight end. Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay. Emmanuel Sanders. There was a name.
And then the 2 spot is the Titans. Drew Bennett, 2004.
Okay.
Put that guy's photo up.
Yeah. Put that guy's photo up.
The Titans. I would have thought A.J. Brown or D-Hop would have had. No, D-Hop didn't have a
D-Hop's
great
too
year
old
last
now,
year.
yeah.
I saw one. I saw another one. Okay, I was trying to text Drew Bennett. It was each team's last 1,500 yard receiver. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When was the Chiefs' last 1,500 yard receiver?
I don't know.
They've never had one.
They've never had one. I was
Nope.
going to say, I feel like it'd be Tyreek, but now that you're saying that.
6 teams have never had one. The Seahawks,
Mhm.
Commanders, Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs, Eagles.
The Commanders are in every bad stat in football.
The Titans' last 1,500 yard
fucking-
receiver was 1964.
Who?
Charlie Hennigan in 1964.
Good.
Lance Allworth in 1965 for the Chargers.
Jesus Christ.
Who was the Niners' last 1,500 yard receiver?
What's that guy's name? Anquan Bolden?
Mm-mm.
Gio?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Isn't that
Ooh.
crazy? You think with Debo and Brandon Ayuk
I knew it
and
wasn't one of
T.O.
them.
and Bolden and all this, but nope.
1,500
1,500 yards is a lot of fucking yards.
It is a lot of yards. That's the only thing. You want to just wrap up college football? Oregon looked like shit. They only won by 10 points against Idaho, and they were favored by 50.
You said they were going to win the national championship. I watched that game and thought they are not going to win the national championship.
I am very concerned about that. Odds of that happening if they're going to play like that every week. But it's week 1, so like you don't want to overreact or underreact. You got to just take it for what it was for that week. But they looked fucking horrible.
You don't want to overreact or underreact, of course. But I also looked at that week 1 and thought Notre Dame's going to go like 10-2 or 11-1 at worst.
This is quite surprising. I'll be surprised if you get this right. We have Texas going into the Big House to play Michigan.
Okay.
That is a fucking
Texas is going into Michigan.
Banger of a game. What do you think the spread is?
I think Texas is going to be favored.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Single digit spread?
I'm not giving you anything, but they are favored.
Okay.
What do you think it should be? And what
I think they should be favored.
I do too.
I think it should be close, like 3.5.
Okay.
Because it's a big house, and I think it's going to be 7.5.
It's 7.
7. I'm fucking can make a line.
I think Texas might fucking blow them out of the water. No other. Oh, there's a
Michigan did not look good.
No, they didn't.
They lost a lot of players.
Everything. Huge game, Utah Tech and UNLV. We will be there for that.
The same way, like they're the inverse of the Commanders. The way that we were talking about, the Commanders got a new coach, a new OC, a new DC, a new 17 new starters out of 22. Michigan lost 17 starters, got a new coach. That is not, you lost your coach.
Iowa State and Iowa, the battle for the potato. Or was that Idaho? That's Idaho. What do they make in Iowa?
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Rednecks.
Corn? No, it's
Rednecks
Nebraska.
and horrors.
Nebraska. The total in that game is 35.5. So expecting a barn burner. No real other good games. California and Auburn play. That's a weird matchup. I feel like that's going to be kind of awesome. In Auburn, so that's going to be pretty sweet. Week 2, anything fun going on? Nothing really. Notre Dame plays a shit house, so they should kick the fucking dog shit out of them. Home opener. That's really it. No big games. Tennessee and North Carolina State. Tennessee's quarterback looked really good, but they played shit. You know what's Boise State and Oregon. Okay, Boise State goes to Oregon. What do you think the spread is in that?
I think it's going to be bigger than it should be.
I'm taking Boise State. I think.
Is it 14.5?
18.5.
That's too big.
Like I said, you don't want to overreact, but it seems like a lot of points.
Oregon is the better team. They're going to win that game. It's at Oregon?
It's in Oregon.
Boise State's a good fucking team.
They could put up fucking numbers.
We just did trivia last week, and Boise State was what? Top 5 in win percentage in the history of college football. They've been a good team. They're always a good team.
So are you both taking Texas to beat Michigan in the Big House?
Yeah.
I'm taking Texas. And I think they cover 7. Bill?
Yeah, I think they win and cover.
Win and cover.
I want that to go to 6.5, and then we buy that hook.
Hey, exactly. I'm trying to see here. The total in that game is 61.5. That is a fucking lot of points, but I do think that game could very well go over because Boise State will score, and Oregon will fucking fire right back. Anything else for college? I wanted to ask you both a question about college, but do you have anything about college?
No.
I wanted to ask before you guys could think about it, just so you could have it off the top of your head. What, after week 1, is kind of like, not in your brain, whether it's about players, coaches, or just college football in general, like, what's like a takeaway for you week 1?
I think outside of Georgia, there's no dominant team. Like, typically, I think it's like, Ohio State's going to run the show. Ohio State didn't look good.
No.
Michigan didn't look good.
No.
Oregon didn't look good.
No.
Notre Dame looked good, but they didn't look great.
No. But they look good for their position they were in.
From my point of view, I went to that game live, LSU, USC yesterday. Neither of those teams look like
those quarterbacks can both throw.
Yeah, but neither of those teams look like they're winning a national championship.
I told Danny, Notre Dame's missing. If we get a quarterback like that guy from USC, that's what we need.
I guess my takeaway is Georgia's winning the national championship.
All right, Bill. Anything after week 1 that kind of not caught your eye? Mine's like I said, I'm gonna have a kind of not off the wall one, but
that's a good team.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Kind of feels like we're talking about not playing starters at all in the preseason. I don't know if maybe it's this transfer portal or what it is, but like players just doesn't seem in sync, and then a lot of like
college is like that. It never seems like. I was surprised that some of those 2-minute drills look pretty good. Like USC looked good in the 2-minute drill. They just missed that kick and they scored a touchdown.
That was a weird field goal. I don't know how that happened.
And everything like that, and it's just like, but. Usually with college, you're like, these guys aren't fucking ready. You know what I mean? Like they say Bill Belichick's doing 2-minute drills in March.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right
like,
after the season ends.
You could just tell these kids.
So that's my takeaway. I'm glad you guys both did. I thought you guys were going to have, that was very well.
Only other take that I wanted to say was I wouldn't take based on what I saw quarterback-wise, if I was a GM and I needed a quarterback, I wouldn't go quarterback first round this next draft.
It reminds me of the Kenny Pickett draft.
There's just not a guy.
And the Steelers, it's like you could have drafted any other position to help you guys out in the first round.
Yeah.
Kenny fucking Pickett.
Like I know you need a quarterback, but they don't have one. Right
I want to come back to this after 12 games and have that discussion because I think some guys could put themselves on the list.
Quinn Ewers.
The kid from USC, I think, is a very good quarterback.
Small, he's undersized.
He's just undersized as fuck, but he's very good. My takeaway, which it's funny with me with college and the NFL. The guys in the NFL I look at and I'm like, you guys are all retarded. These college coaches and players. I mean, the guy on Texas A&M makes the catch on 3rd and 9 and like doesn't stretch the ball out and kind of just lets Notre Dame guy push him out of bounds and they have to punt it away to us. Like they don't know. Like it's crazy to me in college how like TCU was up 7 against Stanford with like a minute 40 left and Stanford had 2 timeouts. It's 1st and goal at the 8. First play, the coach throws the ball and I'm like, what the fuck? You're up a score. You're inside field goal. Like, and it was incomplete. Next play, they ran it for a touchdown. And I'm like, this guy could have just cost them the game. Remember Coach Prime last year? I was telling Uncle Alex.
Oh, that was the worst.
Against Stanford. He went for it on like 4th and 8 at his own 40. They were up 17 with like a minute left in the 3rd quarter, and we all were like, that might fuck them. They lost the game.
There's just certain things where you go, yeah, there's a reason why that guy's not in the NFL.
Lincoln Riley.
Either coaching or playing.
Lincoln Riley, 3-point game, double reverse on 1st and 10. Your offense is moving the ball fine. You don't need like a spark play.
That's another thing.
It's a tough, hard-fought game in Las Vegas, and you put yourself 8 yards back, and then you get a false start. It's 1st and 23 before the drive even starts because you're an asshole.
That's another thing with Kirby Smart or Nick Saban or some of those coaches. Like their teams look like NFL teams. They're doing the smart things. You go, those kids look NFL ready, and it's like, man, 10 of these dudes can go in the 1st round.
Yeah, and then you look at like Notre Dame, and it's like the first 3rd down of the year. It's like, okay, jump off sides. The next 3rd down, you jump off sides again. And then later in the fucking game, they did it, but the guy got back. And it's like, why are you even flinching? Like, look at they've done it to you 4 I literally every time after I was like, they're going on 2. They're going like, they're going on 2. Like that shit to me, or like running into the fucking kicker. It's like, dude, in the NFL, like a guy does that and right away.
Even a wide receiver getting up and pushing the cornerback.
That I think was just pure adrenaline. Like that's just more of like a
like an LSU guy.
Yeah.
Pointing a gun and shooting the fucking.
Pointing a machine.
And then he's on the sideline doing it.
He doubled down. They said, yeah, he got a flag for it, and then he's on the sideline doing it. But like I said, like Brian Kelly, he's slamming the table. It's like you did this everywhere. Uncle Alec was like, I don't know why you guys don't like Brian Kelly. He's won. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then he's like, Lincoln Riley hasn't done shit. And I'm like, they both went to the playoff and got their dicks kicked.
I'd argue that neither of them have won.
They're the same coach.
I don't want
Brian Kelly ever won.
I don't want 10-2, 11-1, or 12-0 to win nothing. I don't give a fuck about that.
And Brian Kelly, like I said,
no, he hasn't won. He has not. When he plays top 25, especially top 10, he doesn't do fucking shit.
He's lost 5 of his last 6 against top 25.
Yeah, but like I said, he'll get you 10 wins or 9 wins, whatever.
And I'll tell you what, that there was a neutral field. He got a neutral field against one of the lesser top 25 teams, and that was 60% LSU in that stadium.
I was going to say it was over 50%. It wasn't like I thought it was like 65, 70% LSU.
He got a call timeout first 5 minutes of the game.
He had all 3 timeouts in the second half. And then he called one right away, but we did too, I think, in the second half, Notre Dame. And it's like, bro, come on, man.
We did, yeah.
We need these timeouts. Like, that's what I'm saying with
USC
the
was burning them.
Yeah.
They called timeout on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, what are you guys? You guys realize how important a fucking timeout is? There's certain times I honestly think, depending on the down and situation, you'd rather just take a fucking 5-yard delay game than you 100%. Would race the timeout. And I might be called retarded for that, but there's some times where I'm like, it's 2nd and 1, and you're
what
like the other
fuck was Lincoln Riley doing on the 4th and 9 go for?
I don't do that. I don't know what these guys are doing.
What the fuck was that? He was like, "We're gonna lose the game if we don't go for this." It's like, no, the fuck you aren't.
Texas A&M.
They tried to draw. Bailed out by that penalty.
Bailed out, and Texas A&M tried to draw us offside, and the guy just threw a fade route out of bounds, and I'm like, "Is this coach a moron? Like, this is a close game, and you just gave us the ball back at midfield."
Yeah,
because you tried to draw us offside, and you snapped the ball.
Pooch punt or something at least. And incompletion is.
I said that to Nick. I said I think they do a quarterback punt because the USC quarterback looked like he was 8 yards in the gun.
Yeah. And he got deflected.
And then it threw it right off his face mask, and it was in the air and should have been picked.
Yeah,
and
he did pick it, but he got knocked out.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no.
And it's just like you got bailed by that, but that ball you should either tried the field goal with this shitty kicker, or what I will say is I think he was not relying on the kicker, and on 3rd and 6 he was like, we're going for this because this kicker sucks, so he ran it, which I was happy with.
I'm okay with that. I just think it's
they just lost 3 yards.
I think now on 3rd and 6, it's like we know you're running because this is a 2 down. You know what I mean? Like
it's also like
too much. Like we're in a.
But it's also like you gotta play the field as it lies. Fucking LSU had 8 in the box. Well, we're running it because we're going on 4th. It's like well, you're not going to be really good. Not going to be a great run here.
Yeah, it has to be a situation where it makes sense. Yeah. But also this guy at the sportsbook yesterday, Uncle Al says the same thing. They get up to the line to spike it at the end of the first half. and there's like 12 seconds left, and this guy's like, just run a play. And I'm like, I think a team should have a play ready. Just like, hey, if we get to like I said, Bill Belichick, it's like situational. It's like this is going to happen, and this is how we need to be ready. How do you guys feel about the spike compared to the just running a play? I think it depends on the situation, but I'm never mad at a spike, especially with these college kids, because
especially a first down because they got the clock stops when they move the chains.
Hey, you want to get the right personnel and everything.
No, exactly. I just like I said, I'm back and forth on it, but
college you probably go with the spike just because, like you said, the college kids are fucking idiots.
Yeah,
it's different nowadays where it's like in the NFL if you have 2 tight ends in it, like they could be Travis Kelce's a wide receiver out there.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Speaking of that, we can move into the NFL. Fantasy drafts are obviously upon us. We did our fantasy draft, first couple picks. I think this year is going to be a lot of Tyreek Hill, CMC, CeeDee Lamb.
That's the top 3.
That's that type of order.
I think if another guy goes in that top 3, you're mistaken.
Totally
mistaken.
Depending, on the type of league you're in. Like Lucky's in a league with like 4 quarterbacks, and it's like, okay, man. But
I'll say this, like you said, CD soft tissue. Tyreek's got some weird hamstring thing going on, and CMC is the most injury-prone player in the NFL.
It's all luck.
It does come down to like. That's why I thought there were 6 elite players. I took the 6th pick because I was like, I'll get the last guy of the elite players and just hope for the best.
And then on the back end, you get like.
I wanted a Monra because that's the most durable.
Yeah, I remember.
We also get worried about JJ just because of Sam Darnold. I mean, you assume he's got to put up numbers, but.
It's not the same. It's crazy Kirk Cousins to Sam Darnold. I mean, obviously, they're 2 different quarterbacks.
He had like 250 yards and a touchdown with Nick Mullins last week.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's some guys that you just can't.
He's going to get fed.
It's JJ.
Yeah.
Other than that, with fantasy though, any like player like I think Lad McConkey's a good late pickup because I feel like he's going to kind of step in and be the wide receiver 1. I heard Brian Thomas might be stepping up as a number 1 receiver for Jacksonville.
I just don't know what system's going to be running over there in the Chargers.
Right.
Because if Kellen Moore was there, fucking Lad McConkey, Justin Herbert taking them both.
Well, they said they have 2 number 1 running backs.
Yeah.
That's why between Dobbins and Edwards, 1, they're both injury prone, and 2, are they going to be listed as running back 1?
Who's their OC? Are they going to be a run the ball 27 times, throw the ball 24?
Yes. It's the guy from Baltimore, like Greg Roman or whatever his name is, something like that.
You
know what I'm talking about?
Greg Roman.
Yeah, Greg Roman. So
where was he at last year?
He wasn't. I don't think last year he was anywhere, but he used to be at the Ravens.
He used to be at Ravens.
Okay.
But my thing is,
I'm not familiar with his play style.
Shotgun, a lot, which I don't love.
No one was under center once for the LSU USC game.
They don't huddle either. That's why I said when you say like Alabama players and Georgia and shit, they huddle. They run a pro. Michigan last year ran a pro style offense. These teams don't huddle. They look at the sideline for the call and they just run the play like based on what the coach tells them.
They don't go under center once.
What?
They don't know how to take a snap from center.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. It's a completely different. That's why I said
Notre Dame takes it under center. I like that.
Yeah.
That's when there's teams that run a pro. That's why I said
I like Riley Leonard.
That's why Sam Hartman said he wanted to go to Notre Dame for a pro style offense because he was coming from Wake Forest.
Yeah. Sam Hartman throws a better ball. He's a cleaner quarterback, but Riley Leonard's got some dog in him.
That guy will run you right over and fucking tell you about it after.
I didn't get why we wouldn't run QB power with the running back lead block.
Every play.
Every fucking play.
I would
every third and short.
If Wing T won us a national championship, let's do it. I don't need to be 5
Let's
out.
run that. We can run the wishbone.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's run that triple option from Air Force and Army and shit.
If that's what, like I said, at a certain point, it's like, hey, dude,
it's weird because he's better on the deep ball than he is on the short passes too.
He has a nice touch on the ball. Like I said, I don't want to say I'm interested this week, but he's gonna have guys running wide open. I'm interested to see where his like ball placement is, but. In the big games at the end of the year, it's going to come down.
Look, he's not going to win the Heisman. He's not going to get drafted in the first fucking 5 rounds.
But you could be a legend at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
You'd be getting slurped at South Bend the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. All over 18, too, so it's good to go. Anything else for fantasy? Like I said, we did our drafts. I'm pretty happy with my team. But
that's got to be pretty cool if you're like Johnny Manziel and you're single and you're 30 years old and you go back to that campus and those chicks are just seeing you walk through and you're like, you know what I used to do on this campus?
Yeah.
And you just go one of these up, right? And then those chicks are on your fucking cock like no other.
Yeah, I wonder if he I think he's married, right?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You think that guy's got fucking slanging dick throughout Texas?
I'm just saying, if he wasn't, and he was like banging,
he's painting Kyle Field with his,
cum crayon.
Yeah.
You think he would I'd be laying it down if I was his age and I went back there and I was single.
He's bocking that choy.
You might as well, bro.
Bro.
And that'd be a good story for the ladies too, like, I banged. It's like, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Football.
That
guy has not played here since 2014.
Right, and he's fully blown an alcoholic.
Yeah. And coke addict.
Yeah.
So yeah.
31.
Huh?
He's only 31.
Yeah, that's fine. 20-year-old girl. That sounds really bad when you say it like that.
I wouldn't have said that out loud.
Yeah, I'm just
liquor
saying.
her up a little bit.
Yeah. A little booze, a couple of Michelobs in Kyle Field. Yeah. $14 a piece, I presume.
Yeah.
I was in, before we go to the NFL and talk about the games, I was in South Point yesterday, got hot dogs for $1.50. They'll put onions on it, a little ketchup, mustard. They'll season them $1.50. And
South Point onions?
$1.
You're asking for
South
it.
Point has very good food. An onion? What do you think?
They have good food at their restaurants.
Yeah.
But the local Mexican selling hot dogs isn't fucking great there.
No, it's a stand, bro. $1.50, that's a steal.
That's a steal. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Especially like...
G spent $25 at Steak and Shake on a burger and a fry.
Well, he's an idiot.
Buy 10 hot.
I'm not gonna take him. Don't ever compare anything.
I'm just, he spends money on.
You know how much a sandwich at their deli is? Like $24 for a restaurant. Go get 5 hot dogs for $1.50 each. I'm just saying it's a good deal. I'm good.
I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
Let's get into the games.
But when you're shithouse walking through the South Point and you see that, I mean,
yeah,
that's like seeing water in the desert.
Yeah,
when you've been
gold
stranded,
mine.
you're literally like, oh, there's no way that says $1.50.
right. And then if you're lucky, there's like 2-3 people in line.
If I give you a 10, can you just keep making me hot dogs for the rest of the day?
Max 3 per person, but I think you could,
What?
like per order. You can't walk up and say, "Here's a $50 bill." Just start making hot.
What
dogs.
kind of business plan is that? What if I want 50 hot dogs? Fuck yourself.
That's not what this type of thing is. I don't see why they care, because if you're paying for them, what does it matter? But
that's what I'm trying to say.
But what if you just bought all their hot dogs and then sold them for $2 and you just cornered their market?
Who gives a fuck? They still sold their hot dogs.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's genius.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Walk right outside South Point and just
$2, 50 cents a hot dog. Sell 100 hot dogs, $500.
I mean,
yeah, they have $1.50 in there.
No, they don't.
That Mexican lady's farting on them. I saw it.
They don't.
She was digging her ass.
I bought them all, pal.
Yeah.
But yeah, this week we start off Thursday, Ravens-Chiefs, AFC Championship rematch, which is pretty sweet. And then this Packers-Eagles game, what the fuck did they go to Brazil for? These players are all like, fear for their lives. They're like, I'm not leaving this hotel. Like,
Twitter's banned there.
Like they can't do anything there.
Yeah, that's
That's a terrible idea by the
Paulo
NFL.
Costa's big against that. If you
Listen, here's the thing. Here's
Paulo
the thing.
Costa.
We got to listen. I'm not one of these, like, I'm not trying to say America's the best, but we are. But like, some countries fucking suck. Just stay out of them.
Brazil seems to be one of them. You can't wear green, apparently. How are they going to do that?
Gang
with the jerseys?
affiliation and shit
Yeah.
like that.
How are they going to do that with the jerseys? The Eagles wear black.
The Eagles wear green.
And the Packers. It's Packers and the two most green teams in the NFL.
Don't wear green or someone's gonna kill you. It's like, how about we just play in Philadelphia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's not much better.
Yeah. Let's get these fucking
Go to Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah. Get these teams in some cities where these people aren't acting like fucking
Let's go to a red state.
wild animals. Yeah, literally.
Fuck.
Other big Cowboys Browns is going to be Tom Brady's debut. That's kind of everyone at my work's like, why the Browns? Like like they could have done Cowboys and like Bill, like something.
Browns are a good team.
I think it's cool, but I do think
they got a diehard fan base.
I do. Who was?
Browns.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs. And then Sunday night, the other big game, Rams-Lions. I love that game. That's an awesome game.
That is a fucking awesome game.
Stafford going back.
Thursday night game is fucking awesome to kick it off.
And then Monday, Jets-Niners.
There's some fucking games. Jets-Niners is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
They got Thursday right, they got Sunday right, and they got motherfucking. There's a Friday game, no? That's Brazil.
Eagles.
They got that right too. As far as matchup goes, they got it right on this. The
NFL is
we are fucking back.
Yeah, that's right. We're in it. We're fully in it. This week's gonna
outside of the turf fields, they figured it out.
Yeah, this week it feels like we're really in it because you get that Saturday fucking college and you wake up Sunday and it's like all day again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's we're fully back in it this weekend, starting Thursday. Should we get into the picks with that?
Do it.
Ravens Chiefs Thursday night.
Am I good here?
In Kansas City. You know what I forgot last year? Kelsey didn't play in that Detroit game. Remember Kadarius Toney was giving balls to the Lions players?
That should have been the Super Bowl.
Have you seen the video of him in his college like pro day? And he like breaks this guy's ankles and he's wide open and he just drops the ball.
Yep.
Oh yeah. This was what is his career? This was whatever of his career.
He was, bro. He can move, but
he can scoot.
They put the ball in your hands. You have to fucking haul it in and just go down.
Still won him a Super Bowl.
He did. The guy's awesome. I love Kadarius Toney. I want him to be good. That's the whole thing. He just looks like a guy that you're like, I want him to be good because I know people hate him. They hate the way he looks, how he acts, but like he is a dog. Ravens Chiefs in.
I mean, this is only. Come on, have you seen him and heard him? And
Yeah, he's a dog.
this is his only chance. His only chance is the NFL.
For his Instagram caption.
I mean, he can't spell for shit.
Good.
I mean, if I got a job application and I see Kadarius on it, I'm throwing that thing in the shredder.
Well, especially if he can't spell the word fucking
Kadarius.
fire.
Kadarius wrong.
Ravens Chiefs in Kansas City. I hate to be this fucking guy. I'm just gonna take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a money line.
Chiefs.
I
Ravens
definitely
got the hook next.
Okay, go.
Chiefs. Danny got Ravens. Billy got Chiefs.
Yeah.
Packers Eagles Friday. Bill.
I love that game.
I do.
It's weird that they give Eagles a home game. They just lost the home game this year.
Yep.
Love the
Kellen
under.
Moore, the
love the under
offensive
here.
coordinator, Saquon Barkley.
I'm going to go with Packers.
Daniel.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Packers. Sunday, we'll start with the Cowboys because it's the first on our list, and it is the primetime our Sunday game. We are Cowboys fans, as obviously you all know by now.
Give me the Browns.
Just be ready for the next 3 months of Danny and Billy telling you how Dak Prescott's the best quarterback in the NFL, and then in January for them to come back and say he sucks and we need to get rid of him. So
Listen,
hope you're all ready for
that.
that.
I'm just not. I can't. I don't have the energy.
Don't do it, you fucking moron. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns.
I'm gonna take the Browns.
I have to go Browns.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, like, I'm just an honest fan. You know, I think that they're going to run the ball down our throat.
So do I.
I'm starting Jerome Ford over DeAndre Swift because I think we can't stop a fucking nosebleed. And
It's a good week to have Amari Cooper on all your teams as well. He's gonna have a revenge on us.
yeah, it could be.
A few double moves on Trayvon Diggs.
And he'll be fucking gritty and in the end zone.
Yep.
Cardinals Bills. Interesting game. I'm really I'm going to take the Bills, but I do think the Cardinals could be sneaky, like with the Bills losing. And everyone's saying Diggs and shit. I think Matt Milano getting hurt, Jordan Poyer moving on and just being old and shit. I'm more interested in that Bills defense. I think this year they're going to look different. It's just going to depend on how they manage games and if that defense can stop anybody. But I think they'll beat the Cardinals.
Bills.
Patriots Bengals. I'm just going to pencil us all in for Bengals.
Bengals.
Vikings Giants. This game I'm very interested to see who you guys pick.
Go
Pats
Giants.
Bengals is the biggest spread of the week.
Pats Bengals is the largest spread of the week. 8.5.
Should be bigger.
Vikings Giants. You said who, Bill?
Giants.
You gonna take the Giants? Dan.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings, man. That Giants team, that roster is fucking horrible.
His team's both.
Who do you think is gonna be the worst team in the NFL? Worst record?
Right now, I do like it to be the Giants.
Or the Patriots? I think, right?
Yeah.
Panthers, Giants, Patriots. I think should be like unless obviously.
Yeah, there you go. That's your top three.
Yeah.
Bottom three, I guess. Outside of that, I mean, honestly, outside of that, there's some teams on here that it's like the Cardinals, like you said, they're not going to be shit. They're not going to be dog shit ass. They're not going to be 2-15. They'll win 6, 7, maybe even 8, 9.
Depending on injuries, like I said, if fucking Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen goes down, the Bills will be the worst team.
Billy, are you going to the Commanders Cardinals game with us?
I'm down to.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm fucking
They're $27
bought
tickets.
stock into that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy's
Billy might own the Commanders by
the
then.
Commanders. But Vikings, Giants, I'm taking the Vikings. Dan, you're on the Vikings. Bill, Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we had those picked. Titans, Bears. I'm also interested to see this one here because I think that Danny made a good point. The Titans could be that team, like he said. I wish I would have said they're my surprising team because they could, you know.
I looked at their roster, at their depth chart, and I was like, wait a minute. I forgot they made these moves.
Do they still have Mike Vrabel, though?
That's that thing. They
true.
lost a top 2, 3, 5 coach in the league, whatever you want to call him. And I think that's going to rear its ugly head a lot more than people might assume. I think a lot of people with the Belichick thing, they just think these guys are all just big, dumb meatheads. Mike Vrabel's a very good coach.
Mike Vrabel never coached under him, did he?
He played for him.
I know.
You know how it goes.
He's not
with
like
these
coming
people.
from the tree, though. He's not like a
No, but like it's just one of those things where like I said, the Belichick and Saban on these shows are fucking amazing. He said, "You talk about this $20 million roster, you pay the wrong guys, you'll be shit out of luck." Right on College Game Day, they were like, "This guy's a fucking." Did you hear that?
Yeah.
But it's true. Like like that's why Belichick says like, "I'm paying Tom Brady more. He's not getting better at football. He's just costing me more money." Like
and I have to give up how many roster spots?
That's what he said. He's like, and I'm not
Brady.
saying he doesn't deserve it, but that's then when like Dak Prescott's like, well, it's this and that. It's like, well, you're taking $70 million a year. We've had this conversation.
Then we can't pay Micah, and guess what? Your defense it sucks.
Yeah, you know what I would do? I would trade Zach Martin and fucking offensive lineman and just let him turn into RG3 and say, you fucking I'm not going to – if you're going to do that, we're going to take from your side
And
of the
they'll
ball.
say, I need some offensive line help. You
you do.
donate.
Yeah.
Donate some
We need
shit.
Donate some money to him, motherfucker.
Legitimately, Daniel Jones, the contract he got, If I were him, I'd have said, bro, take $12 million off mine and pay Saquon. I'll take $28 million. I can't have that.
And take another 10 and pay a fucking lineman to protect him.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
with like the 49ers, Brock Purdy's contract's coming up. He has to be smart enough to know. Like,
I told you what I would do if I was them. I would trade Brock Purdy to the fucking Steelers if their quarterbacks are shit, or some team. And
this is the MVP of the league. Give us a first round pick. For
yeah, and then I'd pick up somebody, and you'll see. Like I said, if you put Brock Purdy on the Commanders, you're going to find out who he is real quick.
Yeah,
it's easy when you got all that fucking. Speaking of which, Ricky Pearsall, please be okay, because this guy's having a fucking rough few weeks. Hurt in training camp, and he gets shot through his chest, goes out his back, and missed all his organs, which is good. But I mean, what the fuck is going on?
That's fucked.
That's horrible. That's terrible.
That's why Tyrese wears fake jewelry.
Yeah.
San Francisco is a fucking shithole. Start voting right. Probably.
I thought he was in Philadelphia.
That was downtown San Francisco.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was on the East Coast.
It was a blue state, Eric.
Blue City.
Thought they were allowed the guns.
Yeah, Blue City.
Titans, Bears.
Blue state. The bluest.
I think the Bears are going to get a nice win, and then what I'm looking to do is hopefully next week they get an adjusted line. People are like, wait, are they better than who do they play week?
Fucking City up.
What?
I'm going to go with the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears, but next week they play the Texans. I'm hoping the Colts beat the Texans and the Bears beat the Titans by like 2 scores, and then that spread is like somehow Bears favored, and then because like I said, week 1 to week 2 is a lot of overreaction. So.
Yeah, I never bet week 1 because it's fucked.
Yeah, well, you're going to be making the bet of the week on our next show.
There you go, fuckhead.
Bears.
I'll go Bears. I mean, they were
okay.
7-10 last year with Justin Fields.
They were right there in the playoff chase until the very end.
Panthers and Saints, divisional matchup in New Orleans.
It's got to go Saints. Panthers suck.
I'm going to take the Saints I'm just going to go against the Panthers and Patriots pretty much every week until further notice.
Until they're 6-0.
Just pencil me in. This one I'm also.
There's going to be a random week.
They're going to win a game.
Yeah, but you just can't figure that one out.
Steelers are in Atlanta. Quarterback changes, coaching changes for Atlanta. One. This is a very interesting game, depending on how you want to look at it. I just think if you showed me this game and told me their changes, I would have thought the Steelers would be like a 1.5 point favorite. It'd be a pick 'em. Like I said, I'm saving it for the next show, but in case you're only watching this, you're getting a fucking steal, I think, with the Steelers +3. If you can get a 3.5, you put your house on that, I believe. I'm taking the Steelers to win straight up outright.
So am I. I got the Steelers winning that.
And I could be completely
wrong. I like that game.
And look like a big fucking retard next week, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Bill?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Won't be the last either.
Pick your fucking pick.
I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Okay.
You're an asshole.
Dumbass. Jaguars, Dolphins.
Got to be the Dolphins.
Battle for Florida.
Dolphins.
Dolphins beat bad teams.
Yep. And the Jaguars. Well, they beat teams that aren't above average.
Non-playoff teams.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll take the Dolphins as well. I have a feeling Tyreek Hill is going to have an incredible year. And I think he's going to start it off.
He's Tyreek Hill.
I'm saying like 2,000 yard, I think, if he stays healthy. And I think he's going to start off this week with a fucking
show,
pretty much. Texans are in Indianapolis, favored by 2.5. This one here, Bill, I'll let you kick it off. Any thoughts on it, and who are you picking?
I think it's going to be interesting to see Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you trust Steichen, what he did with Hurts, and he almost got that team in the playoffs last year.
Should have got that.
Like I said, the Texans are now the hunted, not the hunter, where it's like teams aren't sleeping on
I'll go Colts.
You're taking the Colts?
Mm-hmm.
Very surprised, Bill.
I'm gonna go Texans because I don't see D'Amico.
I like D'Amico
and Stroud.
I think these are two good up and coming coaches.
I think on both sides.
Like you said, Shane Steichen
one's
learned
defensive,
some shit.
One's offensive, but
it was the coach of the year and the runner-up for coach of the year last year, as it should have been.
I think this is a fucking fantastic game. I think people might look at it and just like skip it. They just like the Texans, but I think this is.
If you've been a fan of either of these teams, get excited now.
Second overall pick, Anthony Richardson was 3rd or 4th, right?
4, I think.
4, I think, yeah. Yeah, because Will Anderson was
I see
3rd.
Colts being more of a run-heavy team.
Yes, Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. I think Michael Pittman, I think they're a little slept on. I'm taking the Colts as well.
I like Josh Downs from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And Drake May used to be fucking humming back then.
Yeah. I'm taking the Colts. This is another team. I bet the Raiders.
Jonathan Taylor.
I bet the Raiders under 7 wins. I look at their schedule. I don't know how they get 6, so 7 for me was.
I got the Chargers winning this.
A very good bet. I made a very good bet for me. I took the Chargers in this game as well.
Chargers.
Interested to see what
Justin boys. Herbert. It's interesting to see what Justin Herbert, right? What you were about to say.
Plantar fasciitis.
Bang. But fucking Rashawn Slater and motherfucking Joe Alt. It's interesting to see what Max Crosby and them boys can do.
That guy's going to be making sandwiches back there.
Yeah, Joe Alt's going to pick Max Crosby up and fucking throw him into the 3rd row. Joe Alt is the fucking guy.
He's a grown man.
And he's at right tackle, too.
Yeah.
That's like I'm telling you right now, he's going to be Penei Sewell. Him and Penei Sewell are going to be the greatest right tackles ever for the next 15 years.
This game's interesting. It's weird. I feel like it's one that I definitely am kind of like about on the schedule. Broncos Seahawks. I'm never anything like that about an NFL game, but Broncos Seahawks. I'm only very interested. I guess I am. I shouldn't say that because Bo Nix. I'm very interested to see how that looks in a regular season game, especially against Mike McDonald, who's, last year had one of the best defenses ever, and it's his head coaching debut.
I'm very interested in these Seahawks.
-6. I think that's a fucking lot of points.
I'm very interested in both these teams. But I think the Broncos roster is horrific.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Seahawks.
I think the Seahawks are good on paper. Their roster looks good. Their O-line's decent. Their D-line's good. Their defense is above average. Now they got arguably we'll see, the best defensive coach in the league, right? As far as last year, pertaining to last year.
The guy who coached the best defense.
So I like Kenneth Walker. I like DK Metcalf. I like Tyler Lockett. Like I said, the O-line, the quarterbacks does what he has to fucking do. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks. I honestly...
was that a surprising team for all of us? Most surprising?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was right.
Who'd you have? Commanders. We picked Seahawks, and then I picked the Colts as well. Because like I said, just based on... I feel like people are just like, nah, about the Colts, and I think that they, are kind of forgotten about. Bill, who you got?
Seahawks. Everybody's shocked Carroll got fired. They were almost a playoff team last year.
Yeah, that's... sometimes, like I said, you just need a new voice, but we will see how that goes. Commanders and Buccaneers. This is another one where I'm like, the Commanders are a brand new fucking team. They're basically they just joined the NFL.
I know who Billy's going here. He fucking has to. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers to start it off.
Fuck, man. You're taking the Commanders?
No, I'm going with Bucks actually.
Bucks, okay. Oh,
this is a playoff team last year.
I'm gonna take the Bucks, but it's the NFL. I'm not shocked if anybody loses, but I would not be shocked if the Broncos and Commanders win both those games. Not like
I'd be a little more shocked with the Broncos.
Really? I think...
I hope I hope the best for the Commanders.
I do too. I'm not a hater.
It's interesting.
I just think Bucks, they're not new.
They're established.
Yeah, right. They're established.
That's what I'm saying. The Commanders, give them 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If this game was in week 5, I'd be tempted to take
I'd be totally different on it.
Even if the Commanders were 1-4 at that point, or 1-3, I'd be like, well, they might be humming a little bit.
Now they're getting it going.
I really think and hope that...
And Jaden Daniels was in Vegas... Fucking
he's probably at XS.
He should be at he probably was at XS last night. So take the Bucks actually.
Rams Lions Sunday night. This game's awesome.
That's great. That's a great Sunday night to kick it off.
Here's what I'll say.
I'll be jerking my peener.
I'm gonna sound like a fucking ass. Well, they lost Aaron Donald. I want to take the Rams because I think Sean McVay that's the last game they played, and I know that fucking nerd's been in the lab. Like, how can I beat this meathead fuck?
Yeah.
And Dan Campbell just fucking shotgunning monsters, and like we're just gonna run down their throat. But like I said, losing Aaron Donald. I'll take the Lions, but I want to take the Rams, but I'm going to take the Lions.
I'll take the Lions, and they cover that too.
Lions.
3.5?
Yeah.
That half a point.
I'm buying that.
Yeah, it'll get you every time. Monday night, Aaron Rodgers is back. I've heard damn, this line was 5.5, 6 when it opened. It's 3.5 now. That's insane. I've heard way too much about it. And has Rodgers like an injury-prone guy or something? I get it, the Achilles thing, but like everyone's like, let's hope you get him for more than 4 plays. And I'm like, you're saying that as if he gets hurt every year.
Tore his Achilles. Yeah, he's never hurt.
A freak injury.
Yeah, like he's played through shit when he's been hurt too. That's why I'm like, everyone's just like, yeah, it's if he's healthy, and I'm like, what do you mean if anyone's healthy? Dak's got a fucking boot on. Why is no one talking about him if he's healthy? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's the NFL, but the Niners are favored by 3.5. I'm gonna sound like an asshole here, and maybe I'm a stupid fuck. With everything going on, I'm taking the Jets.
Since he's been a full-time starter, he hasn't played a full season. One game he sat at the end of the year. Yeah. A full season 3 times. Played 9 games in 2013, 7 in 2017, and then obviously 1 last year.
So in like 18-year career.
Since 2008.
Yeah, like that's fucking 16 years.
Yeah, he's fine.
But I'm like I said, I've just been hearing
he's just older
guy,
now,
and it's like, yeah, of course, but like that could be anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Dak's leg was
Who you going here?
Faced upside down. I'm taking the Jets.
Who you going, Bill?
I'm going Jets.
Niners had too much. Is Trent Williams going to play?
Nope.
He's not signed. Yeah, he said he's not. He did. Remember, he did that with the Redskins.
Ayuk's another one. I'm worried about the soft tissue injury.
That too. And then also with them, they had to like cancel joint practices because of so many injuries. Like I said, I wouldn't be.
With all things considered, I will also go with the Jets.
They might get shot on the way to the game.
Yeah, I mean that's terrible. Like I said,
fix your city, clean it up.
All 3 on the Jets. So. Which is interesting because I won't be taking them as a bet of the week or anything on our next show here.
Which sounds like you should, but we're just got to pick what I got to pick.
I'm just picking based off of that. This is more like a pure just
go to our other channel, watch By the Hook. Are we doing that on this channel?
On this channel.
We'll stay here.
Stay here, fuckheads.
Right after this show, watch By the Hook.
Other than that, you guys got anything?
Nope.
I know you might have some trivia or something, right, Bill?
Yeah, for basketball.
Basketball. We'll knock that out. By the Hook will be
I have
after
football
this.
trivia.
Okay. Should we do basketball like another episode, or do you want to do that now too?
Let's do it now. Why not?
Okay.
Go ahead, Dan.
Most turnovers in the NFL since 2020.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Number 1 was 75.
Dak Prescott.
The next highest is 61. And nope, Dak Prescott is not even top 10.
Patrick
I
Mahomes
think
on
he's
there?
10th, actually. Yeah, he's 4th.
Yeah.
It's 54.
Since what?
2020.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Mahomes is 5th in the top 5. Allen's 1, Mahomes is 5.
Derek
Jeez.
Carr.
Derek Carr's number 2, yep.
That guy
61 turnovers.
And how many does Josh Allen have?
75.
You'd rather have the 75 for the touchdowns he's putting up and how he plays than that 60.
And Derek Carr's just turning the ball.
He just sucks. He really
Yeah.
sucks. Because I want you to look how many touchdowns.
Is it Jameis Winston in there?
No, he does not play enough, but somehow he could be, but no, he's not. This other guy I think got drafted in 2020. 3rd place.
Trevor Lawrence.
Third? Oh, the guy who's in. I think meant 3rd pick.
No.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
This
fumbled
one
the ball.
surprises me. 4th. Because I like him a lot, that quarterback.
Lamar.
I would have thought, no, not Lamar. I would have thought Lamar's like 8th. Matt Stafford's 7th. I would have thought he would be higher. Kirk is 6th. And then Russell Wilson and Dak are 9 and 10.
You like this guy, so I'm trying to think of.
I don't think it's Burrow. I don't
You
think
like
he's
this
played
guy
enough.
too.
Burrow doesn't play enough.
That's what
You
I'm
like
saying.
this guy too. He's
Do
a good
I?
quarterback, yeah.
Man.
I did not think he would have 50.
Jared Goff?
Yep.
Really?
58 turnovers.
That's very surprising. Because he had went like fucking 14 games where he didn't throw a pick.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, wow,
When
58
he
turnovers.
turns it over, he's turning it over.
Could be
I
fumbles
guess
too,
that
though.
just kind of speaks to his health too.
Fumbles too.
Plays.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's fumbles. Yeah, he does fumble
That's
a
the
lot.
thing. You gotta remember.
Yeah, that's true. Did we get everybody?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. Bill?
Let me do this, my NBA trivia first, yeah?
Yeah, you go.
Eric's going to like this one. Most points scored in the NBA since 2015.
James Harden.
Number 1.
Yeah.
19,216. The next highest is 17,977.
Now we got to talk about that guy in a better light.
Since 2015.
Steph.
Steph is 6th.
Ooh.
So if we're doing top 5, he's not in there.
He's not
Russell
in
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is 7th.
Fuck me.
there. LeBron.
LeBron is 4th.
Really
Thought he would be
quick,
higher there.
Jason Tatum.
No. It's 2015. No. Those guys were drafted after 2015.
I know, but I'm just saying they put points.
Come on. One of these guys got an MVP.
KD.
No.
Jokic.
No.
Giannis.
Giannis is 2nd.
Giannis.
3rd and 5th guys. I like these names. This is interesting for most points scored since 2015. Because these guys have never been an MVP finalist. They haven't won a ring. But they can score the fucking...
Dame.
Dame is 3rd.
Yeah, well,
And the 5th guy, I don't think you guys will name him, but you should. Yeah, I don't know if he's ever won a scoring title. But he always averages like 28 a game. Hasn't won fuck all.
Trae Young.
No, 2015. Since 2015. He's been in the league for fucking
Okay.
15 years.
Mm.
I'd say
15 years.
he's probably 35.
Damn.
He's up there.
It's good. Just score. He just scores very well. Not a 3-point shooter.
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar
Oh,
DeRozan.
yeah.
Josh Allen has 174 touchdowns since 2020.
Jeez, that's the
Mahomes
most
has-
correct.
Mahomes has 151. Herbert has 125. But yeah, you're going to take those touchdowns with those turnovers when that guy's leading you. The problem is when are the turnovers? You know, you can't have it in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left.
That's Herbert.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also his
20-0.
coach drawing up the worst plays you've ever seen in your entire life. So.
Yeah, that's why I said this year. This year I'm going to figure. This year and next year I'm going to figure out what Justin Herbert really
Yeah, you
is.
Herbert and Lawrence, this is their make or break year.
Lawrence, just because Doug Peterson.
I'll
saying
still
Herbert
give
was a good coach.
Herbert one more year.
We'll give Herbert 2 years because a new coach.
New coach,
T-Law.
his little like the plantar fasciitis, and then his receivers are not great.
Yeah.
Let Jim Harbaugh establish himself here this year and do what he can this
I'm higher
offseason.
on Herbert than I am T-Law.
Next
Yes.
year, yes, way higher.
What you got, Billiam?
So, I'll give you 6 through 10 NBA players with the most wins in the last 10 seasons. Number 6 is Rudy Gobert. 7 is Al Horford. 8 is Joe Ingles. 9 is DeMar. And 10 is LeBron. So who's the top 5? Most wins last 10 seasons.
In the last 10 seasons?
Jason Tatum.
No, because he hasn't been in there
I know, I'm
enough.
kidding.
You said LeBron's what?
Number 10.
Wow. Most win in the last 10 seasons. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's number 2.
Kevin Durant.
Nope.
Klay Thompson.
Nope.
James Harden.
Draymond Green.
James Harden's number 1 with 460. Draymond Green's 4th with 448.
First in wins, huh? Yeah. He's not a winner, though. I'll tell you that much.
Giannis?
Giannis is 5th with 438.
Fuck you. Kyrie Irving's on there by chance?
Nope.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah,
Didn't fucking think so.
How many rings?
3rd.
Huh?
You number 3.
In the last 10 years. Most wins.
He always wins,
Kawhi Leonard.
but never big.
DeMar.
Joel Embiid.
Mars 9th.
Oh, you said DeMar 9. He always wins.
You
but
hate his
never
fucking
big.
guts.
Hate his guts.
You would punch him in the face if you saw him.
Oh, shit.
Me?
Both of you. All 3 of us, actually.
Jimmy Butler.
No.
No.
I kind of like Jimmy Butler.
Really? Who do I hate like that? I don't know.
He's at East right now.
He doesn't know the teams in the NBA.
No, I'm trying to remember what team he's on now. No, he's in the West. He's in the West.
Is he typically in the East?
No, he's more known for the West.
In the West. Winning.
He's a vet, deep vet. Rondo spit on him.
Oh, man.
Oh, Chris fucking Paul.
That guy's winning games?
Fucking don't even put his name on there.
Oh yeah, now you're shocked that I told
I
you
would
to do
punch that guy right
That
in
guy
the
sucks.
fucking
I would
face.
punch him in the face. When the Rondo spit in his face, I was the happiest man.
Oh,
in my
God.
life.
And then punched him.
fucking socked
Fuck, yes.
I wish Brandon Ingram could have connected on that
Oh,
one shot.
man. That guy came in like a bat out of hell, dude.
I wish we would have fucking headbutted him.
And then we have the
That
most
fight was
top
awesome.
5, the most points in a single playoff run all time.
In a single playoff run of all time. Top 5.
Points?
Jason Tatum.
No.
Fuck. LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron's number 2 was 748.
Kobe. MJ.
MJ's number 1 was 759.
Luka Doncic.
Shaq. Really?
Wow. Jerry West.
No.
Fuck. We always got to go Jerry West.
Magic, Larry.
Nope.
I just start naming. Tim Duncan.
No.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson's 5th was 723.
Bang.
You need number 3 and number 4. One still
Kevin
playing.
Durant.
Nope.
One's Steph.
No.
Jokic.
No.
Not gonna
Giannis.
Jokic.
No.
Oh, I like that.
Dame.
No.
Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard's 3rd was
Wow.
732. Another guy from the 90s.
Don't be mad at us. We're just listing names at this point. So all these people, are you fucking gonna guess?
Hakeem.
Hakeem is 4th with 725.
Oh.
You're gonna guess this guy? Shut the
I
fuck
did
up.
great.
Yeah, you did. Very good.
Just want to make sure everybody remembers
AI.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
No,
and like I
AI
said,
shit is fucking ridiculous. He's
I think the same with James Harden. Why does this guy didn't win fuck all either?
shooting guard wise.
He didn't win fuck all.
James Harden's a point guard. Let's get that clear.
Shooting guard wise, all time, Kobe and MJ are 1 and 2. For me, Kobe's 1. I don't care who you put 1 and 2 there. Okay, but Kobe and MJ. I got a clear cut D Wade 3rd. Then I got a clear cut Allen Iverson 4th.
We're counting James Harden as a point guard then?
Yeah.
Because if
But I would put Jerry West as 3rd.
And I think if James Harden is a shooting guard,
Is he
I
a shooting
still
guard?
would have AI 4th right now and James Harden 5th.
I just think for when they played, it was obviously whatever. But like I said, besides the 06 finals, like, okay, yeah, put James Harden on the fucking Heat in 2012, 13, and 14, and they're gonna
Can't
win.
say besides the 06 finals though, because
Well, he played very well in that. I'm not saying he
it was
did, but
probably
also-
the best finals ever.
But also, like, if you put, Dwayne Wade on the Rockets when he took them to 7 games against Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, I don't think D Wade's doing
in his
that.
prime, yeah, I think he could.
He could.
He's got a scoring title. He's his MVP finalist. This and
D
that.
Wade was in the
I mean, they're saying
time. He enjoyed those
they're
moments.
saying
of
that like
course.
redeem team era. They were like D Wade might have been the best player on that fucking team.
D Wade's. I'm not like I said. I would never deny D Wade.
forget what
I mean,
D
the two
Wade.
alpha males on that team were Kobe and D Wade.
Yeah, I just think, like I said, my whole problem with everybody in their situations
He's
and
not.
what goes on.
I don't know what he's doing now. D Wade.
Yeah, I know what he's doing now. He's having fucking sex with guys and letting his kids act like freaks. Sorry, that's a fucking hell at some point. I mean, the guy's 6'8". I don't even make fucking clothes for that thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, the shit with James Harden, I just don't get it. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's this, it's that. It's like, bro, that's the rest.
Someone in his corner does have to say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, I mean, but like the foul baiting shit, it's like it's annoying from like when you're watching Joel Embiid and they're not calling it, but the refs let James Harden do that, and he actually is smart for doing it. He's manipulated the game.
I'm not over the D Wade thing yet.
What a part about him.
You just got me my mind racing about D Wade.
Like I said, he's a very good player.
Because he would say that to him, he'd be like, "Oh, so you don't?" And I'd say, "Shut the stop.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wait, about
What are you
his son?
doing? Yeah, about everything he's doing."
He has a nail line coming
He
out.
said, "What are you doing?"
I don't know anything about it. I don't pay
fuck.
attention. I don't pay attention to him. Besides, like, I'll just see people on Twitter making fun of shit, but I don't.
All the shit he's doing, it's just like he's like, well, it's like you can be that, but enough.
Yeah,
we've had enough.
That's why James Harden's at strip clubs licking some fucking Frank's hot sauce.
You know what? D-Wade's fucking 5th all time.
I'm telling you, you're
James Harden. Well, still AI. We'll talk about what AI does. Practice.
That guy, yeah.
Could you imagine if that guy practiced? Or if he was 6'4", 6'5"?
If he gave a literal shit.
Yeah.
The shots he was hitting over people.
Like I said, though, too, it's hard in the NBA today because, like, if you go watch the fucking finals when the Bulls first won, that first, like, couple minutes of the game, you're like, okay, I'm going to respect you guys because you guys did what you did, but this is horrible basketball to watch because they just, like, sit on one side of the court and there's no spacing. Like, it's a whole different game.
Yeah, triangle offense.
Yeah, but, like, if you put one of those teams, like, if you put that game on today, there would be somehow negative viewers. Like, people would kill themselves if they turned that game on.
AI,
but just what we're used to.
Look at AI's minutes per games and his games played throughout his career, too.
Yeah, that guy doesn't sit.
Guy's playing 45 minutes a game,
any, like,
40, 80
minute restrictions.
Yeah.
There's not a restriction. You're just playing. That's what it is.
That's what they said. He's so hard to guard is because I have to chase him all game.
In 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like they're subbing him out. It's like,
it's not like
they're not subbing him out.
It's not like he's taking defense off.
Mm-mm.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't a great defender because of his size, but
get steals passing lane.
I think in the seasons there was averaging like 2.7, 2.8 steals a year.
He's probably been the steal leader twice or 3 times.
At least, yeah. But I would put Harden as my 4th best point guard of all time.
4th best point guard. The crazy part is you could put him at both, and he's top 5, top 6 in 2 different positions, which is unbelievable.
Same with Jerry West, though. If you want to put him,
point guard. Yeah, I led the league in minutes per game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
That's insane.
In steals per game 3 times, 3 in a row, 3 years in a row. And 2 of those years that he led the league in steals per game, he led the league in points per game.
Steals is a stat I can't get all in on, but that is
no, of course not. But
you never know if he's just
fucking
jumping into a lane or something. But
I mean, this guy was 9th in MVP, and he got the scoring title with 31.4 points per game, and he had the steals leader title at 2.8.
How the fuck was he 9th?
Fucking no, dude.
8 people above him.
Yeah,
just the names of those people.
I probably can. Yeah.
And what year was that?
2002. He was 9th. 8th was Dirk. 7th was Chris Webber. 6th was Gary Payton. 5 was Kobe Bryant.
Payton. How old was he in 2000?
33. Kobe was 5th. McGrady was 4, and the top 3 were Shaq, Kidd, and Tim Duncan 1.
I was going to say, I'm okay with Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, McGrady, depending on, what was going on. But, like, I feel like...
I don't know. I'd have to see their rosters, too. And
ninth
see, ninth is...
just sounds disrespectful.
Kidd averaged 14.7.
But it was just with the Arenas...
On 39% shooting from the
Arenas and Jennings arguing over, like, AI and Steph. And it's like, if Steph was on that 0-1 team, and then AI got to play with Clay, and it's like, you don't know. But at the same point...
Oh, I know.
If AI is leading Eric Snow, Dikembe Mutombo,
I can tell you exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
He would go on that Warriors team, and in 15, they'd still win the finals, and Steph would go to 2001. They might make... I mean, I don't know. I don't know who was in the East, though, in 2001. Is any teams any good? Like, the East has sucked our whole lives, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
The East is dog shit. There's 2 fucking... Like, the West, the 8 seed is the Phoenix Suns. It's like, okay, they have Kevin Durant, fucking Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, which he sucks, but, LeBron's the 8 seed. It's like, Jesus Christ. The fucking East, it's like the Charlotte Hornets with LaMelo Ball's the 8 seed. Like, yeah, we'll see you out.
Listen to this first team all defense in 2002. Jason Kidd at point guard. At the guards are Jason Kidd and Gary Payton. The forwards are Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan, and the center's Ben Wallace.
I mean, yeah.
Holy fuck.
Score 58 points against that.
Yeah. Holy.
And that team was scored, too.
And then the second team, you still had Kobe, Dikembe Mutombo. Fuck me.
Yeah, they would put it on you, too. You guys got anything else? Like I said, we're about to do a By the Hook. That's going to be strictly betting talk, and that's what we're going to do. Bet of the week. We're going to have some teasers of the week. We're going to do a little like mini Survivor with us 3, where you pick one team per week in the NFL to win. You can't use the same team twice. We're going to see who can last the longest in it. But check that out. That's why we're not doing too much betting talk on this show. But bet of the week is continuing. Billy's going to make one, so we're going to start our records for this season. And we'll see you in the hook. Doesn't sound the same as in the clinch, but it is what it is. You guys got anything else? No?
No,
I was waiting to see how long you were until you said something. Bill, you good?
Good.
Yeah. I want to say let's go Cowboys. I do hope they win, but like I said, I'm one of those fans where that's the team I'm a fan of, the Cowboys, where I just like look into it like fuck these guys. Like Notre Dame, I'm optimistic that they'll start winning these games because I do believe in Marcus Freeman. The Cowboys, I'm like, because it's salary. You know what the problem is? It's the salary cap shit. Till they figure that out.
I gotta be honest, dude. I'm horned up to the fucking gills.
Yeah, I gave myself a good shag this morning.
Dude, I should have, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hard, bro. That fucking. I applied 7 times to USC last night.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude,
sir.
Those chicks, I was like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? And then you go to XS after, and it's just like, dang.
I'm telling you that. Never mind.
Yeah, no, dude.
The Beach versus Bayou thing was sweet on that stadium. I like that, how they made that up.
I might have.
That's a cool little thing.
I might have been hard for like 9 hours yesterday total.
Well, yeah, when I was watching what I was watching, where I was watching it, it'd be hard not to.
All right.
Okay, everybody have a good night. Let's if you guys want, if you're still watching this, give us your picks in the comments for all 16 games. Maybe if you do and you are committed every week and you beat us, we'll give you something. I know it's not going to happen anyway. We're not going to get one comment, but that
we'll get you some.
But yeah, have a good night, and we'll see you week 2 of NFL and college football.